So welcome to the annual recognition event for the Summer Reading and Exercise Challenge that the State Assembly and New York State Library System does together. So tonight the Assembly member will present certificates and medals to all of our fabulous participants from our district. And in addition, we have some great entertainment from local performer Paper Heart Puppets. So we're really excited about that tonight. And we've got some beautiful donations and goodie bags and refreshments for everybody afterwards. So hopefully have a great night.
Right on in. Get called up front in just a couple minutes.
You ready? Let's find a spot. Find a spot where it's
Yes, our cousin.
We're just talking about what a
I can tell already that you are going to be better behaved than that group that was here last year. You want to know how I know that? Because I just checked, and my granddaughter isn't among you. And she is by far the worst behaved kid here. She might get here soon. How's everybody doing? We might wait a couple more minutes because it is impossible to park by this library because it is so popular. Who goes to the library other days than just for the summer reading program? And, okay, so I'm going to ask a couple of quick questions after I turn my ringer off. Because, could you turn your ringers off too, please? Who's got their cell phones with them?
I do, but my dad has it.
Oh, your dad has it? Good. That's kind of like turning your ringer off. That's good. You have a cell phone?
No, it's called an iPod.
Oh. Got it.
I like when it's too.
So, I asked you before, who goes to the library? What library do you go to? This one? Where do you live? In Stony Run? So you go to the Hurley Public Library? No? Where's Subway? Oh, the Town of Ulster Library. The new expanding Town of Ulster Library. That's amazing. How about you? The Aesopus Library, an amazing library that a very, very kind man, and this is a true story, a man who lived in Aesopus when he was young and moved to Albany and became the accountant for a department store that, there are no more department stores, made a fortune in his lifetime, and when he passed away, he gave all of his money to the town of Aesopus Library so they could build that beautiful library. Isn't that amazing? He was very generous. Yeah, that's right, yeah. He's pretty far away. You're going to have to clap louder than that. So let me see. How about the back row? Where do you go to the library? Yeah. You don't want to tell me? You don't have to. Okay. Anybody else want to tell me where they go to the library? Yes.
Elting Memorial.
Elting Memorial Library, right there on Main Street in New Paltz. That's a great library. And here, this library? In the next room, there's a whole table full of kids, all on headphones, looking at the computer, playing an interactive game. In the room next to us, there's a kid who's being tutored, and Stephanie just told me that they give Latin lessons here. How many people know Latin? Any priests? No? Nobody knows Latin? You know Latin? Oh, that's good. No?
Yes.
Yes? Give me a little Latin real quick.
Latin is some kind of thing that you squeeze from a juice.
That's right, Latin juice. That's right, yes. I have a Latin tree in my backyard and I squeeze it all the time. And you know what comes out? E pluribus unum comes out. Okay, yes ma'am. Where do you go to the library?
I go to the school library.
What school is that? George Washington. Do you know that George Washington was the 11th president of this country? He was first president of the United States, yes. But there were 10 presidents before him that were the presidents under the Confederacy. Under the, you know, before we became the United States of America. Thomas B. Hanson was the first person to serve as president, but George Washington is the president of the United States, the first president. And guess where he slept? Everywhere. But he slept in Hurley. He slept in Kingston. He went to the old Dutch church. And the guy that used to take care of his bank, take care of all of his money, because when he became president, even when he was running the Continental Army, he put his money in trust. He put all of his assets in trust. And you know who ran that trust? I knew you were going to say that. Yes, George Clinton. How did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Well, why didn't you just tell me? You think I know that? Yes.
I go to the Gardner Library.
The Gardner Library? The gigantic Gardner Library? The amazing Gardner Library? That 15 years before you were born had a hole in the floor? And then the community rose up, and especially a wonderful woman named Barbara just made sure that library just blossomed? Never heard of it. It's a great library. Anybody else want to tell me? Yes. Phoenicia Library. Have you ever been to the Kevin Cahill reading room? No? I think they only put that sign up when I go there. But there is something really spectacular at the Phoenicia Library that the people out there are going to want to know more about than you probably, I'm going to guess. Did you know that there is a fly fishing hole loaner closet at the Phoenicia Library? You can actually go up. There's a whole room dedicated to making flies. You can borrow a pole. You can borrow some flies. Probably not going to be bringing them back. And you can go fishing. That's part of the Phoenicia Library. But I'll tell you something else about the Phoenicia Library that maybe you don't want to know. Who said, woo? Who said that? Woo! That's right, it's haunted. It is haunted. Not during the day, not when you're reading, but at night, when the lights go out, all the ghosts come and read all the books. They do. They do. Because it used to be a funeral home. But it is cool. It is a cool library. I recommend it. Anybody who doesn't want to read but wants to go fly fishing, that's the library for you. Who else? Yes.
Are you the president?
Yes, I am. Yes, Donald Trump. Do I look like him? I'm not the president. Okay. Anybody else want to tell me their library? Yes. Gardner. Gardner? Another Gardner library? Come on, Gardner's winning. What's your library? Ellenville. Ellenville Library? Ellenville Library? That's like 150,000 million miles from here. I love Ellenville. Do you go to Cohen's Bakery ever? No? You don't get to Ruggla? You don't happen to be in high school in Ellenville, do you? Are you a senior or a 10th grader in Ellenville High School? I asked that because my daughter is a teacher there, and she teaches English. So that explains why you're at the summer reading program, because she probably taught you a lot about reading good books. And I'm glad you love the Ellenville Library. So do I. Yes. Another.
Gardner?
You Gardner people, you're driving me crazy today. Yes. You know, this is amazing. The Gardner Library is about to get bigger, and now I know why. They are going to expand Gardner Library very soon, probably in the spring. And the reason is that half the kids in my reading program are there all the time, making it real crowded. Yes.
Rosendale.
Rosendale Library. there we go. There, give me a bump on that one. The People's Republic of Rosendale. I love Rosendale. And the first thing you see when you turn into Rosendale, what's the first thing you see when you turn into Rosendale?
I have no idea.
Stewards. But then the next thing you see is the Rosendale Library, and it is a beautiful library. Yes. Kerhonkson Library? Kerhonkson Library?
It's like a pig.
That's a funny word. Kerhonkson? I know where that is. That is very near Ellenville. So that's only 149,999 billion zillion miles from here.
Oh my gosh!
Anybody else? Yes. Town of Ulster Library, there we go. Also expanding, yes.
I'm in this one.
This library, I've been waiting for you to say that. So only one other person said they're in this library. How many people go to this library on a regular basis?
I use Amanda.
How many people want to pretend that they go to this library on a regular basis? Because it is a very cool library.
I got one.
So I'm going to ask you to do this again before the night's over. But when I count to 3, can you say, "Thank you, Stephanie"? Ready?
Stephanie.
Because I'll tell you who Stephanie is in a minute. Ready? 1. We're counting here. 2. You want to move back there? Yeah, go ahead. 2.5. He's one of those guys. He does fractions when he counts. 3. Thank you, Stephanie. Who's Stephanie? Oh, Stephanie is the librarian here. And she hosts this every year. And there she is right in the back. Let's have a round of applause for Stephanie. Now, you probably thought I was just being very entertaining and incredibly charming and good looking, right? Nah, I was just killing time. We had to wait for a couple more kids to get here. They're here now, I think, so we're going to get rolling. Are they here now, Laura? We're going to get rolling? Okay. So let's pretend none of that happened. We're going to start all over again, okay? Hi, everybody. I'm President Donald Trump. Who goes to what library? I am. That's right. I'm Kevin A. Cahill. And you tell those other Cahills not to forget that. Jimmy, Dennis, Chris, Donna, Terry, Brian, Lizzie, Pat, Mike. My sister's name is Lizzie. Does anybody else here have sisters and brothers?
Yay!
Who really loves their sisters and brothers? Who wishes they were only children? Well, you know what? If you have sisters and brothers, you are very lucky. You are very, very lucky if you have sisters and brothers, because those will be your best friends for life. And if you don't have sisters and brothers, you are very lucky, because you are the most special person in the eyes of about 6 or 7 or 8 people, and will always be the most special person. So, everybody ready to get started? So we have done the summer reading program over 20 times. Who was at the first one in 1993? Wasn't it cool? The first one we did around the corner at, it was a television station called WTZA. And we did it there, and everybody came because we had the guy that was doing the news, Greg Floyd, helped us hand out the certificates, and everybody wanted to meet Greg. And the TV station was pretty new. Nobody even knew I was even there. And guess what? My kids went to that summer reading program, and they didn't even care that I was there. So we've done it for over 20 years. We have had, and this is going to sound completely crazy, we have had children of some of the people who went to the first summer reading program come in, and now they're participating in the summer reading program. So in other words, their parents participated and they participated. Are there any parents here who participated in the summer reading program? Please say no, please say no, please say no.
My mom does.
Because it makes me feel very old if you're here.
My mom does.
There you did? So, here's how it works. Every year, round about May or so, sometimes early June, we send out 10,000 flyers. And we send them to every school in Ulster County and every school in Northern Dutchess County. And that's part of Ulster County. Yes. And then what we do is we ask teachers and principals and librarians to alert students that they can participate in this program, and that's the beginning. And once we do that, then it's up to you. And in order to be sitting here today in these seats of honor on the floor while the grown-ups get chairs, something's wrong with that equation. In order to do that, you have to have promised and then delivered on your promise to read every day in the summer, at least 30 of those days, for 15 minutes. Did every single person here read for at least 15 minutes a day this summer?
I did every single day.
Every single day. Did anybody here read more than 15 minutes every day in the summer? That is fantastic. But
I read every night for an hour.
every night for an hour? Wow. So then about 15 years ago, we realized that I was getting really fat. So we added 30 minutes of exercise to the program too. How many people do 30 minutes of exercise every day in the summer? Unless you're sick, of course. So here's some of the things that qualify for exercise. Well, why don't you tell me, what do you do for exercise? Walk
I usually play on my mom's yoga hammock.
on your mom's yoga hammock. Namaste. How about you? Soccer?
Push up.
Push up. How many are you going to do?
20.
No, not now. What do you do for exercise?
Swimming.
Swimming. And how about you, buddy?
Soccer, baseball, football.
I'm sorry, you can only pick one.
Soccer.
Okay. What else?
Baseball.
I said you can only pick one.
Soccer.
Yeah, but what else?
Baseball.
Make up your mind. Is it soccer or baseball?
Soccer.
You do a lot of good stuff. That's great. Yes, sir. Karate? That's excellent. Go ahead. What do you do? Dance? That's great. Dance. Last year, I think it was last year, we had the energy dancers here. Yes.
Badminton.
Badminton.
I saw it.
Get out. You also play croquet? Because if I play, you have to play croquet if you play badminton. It's the law. Yeah, honor. Yeah. If you're not playing croquet, you better. They're gonna lock you up. Yes.
Bike riding.
Bike riding. Yes. Gymnastics.
Karate.
Wait a second. You do 20 push-ups, not now.
25 push-ups.
25 push-ups. I knew somebody was going to do that. Yes. Sit-ups. Yes, sir. Okay, go ahead. Pick one.
Karate.
Now pick the other. Swimming. I like that better. Don't do karate while you're swimming. That's kind of like eating a sandwich and brushing your teeth at the same time. You don't want to. Yes. Soccer. Swimming. Baseball. Karate. 100 jumping jacks. Running outside. Yes. Karate. You know what? No, we got one more back here. We got two more back here. We got three more back here. Going once, going twice. Yes.
On Wednesdays, I usually go to hospital playground.
You usually go to the playground? That's great. Yes.
Yoga.
Yoga? Another yoga person? Yes.
And the playground.
Okay, playground. You do 20 push-ups and you do, like, other stuff. Hold on. So, let me just ask you this. This is the other half of the equation. Yes, go ahead, sir. But I need you to move back there. I really do. So, what do? Tackle football. So, we asked about the book, we asked about the exercise. What I didn't ask you about was what books you read. So let's do this very quickly, without shouting. saying it just in the right tone, at the right level. Tell me what books you read. On the count of 3. Is anybody going to count to 3?
1, 2, 3.
Biography of Oh, what did you ask me? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, I blew that. Let's do 1, 2, 3. What books do you read? How do you expect me to hear you when you all talk at once? Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, I'm missing something here. No, I think that's great. The reason I asked you to do it all together is there's so many different books. And we know that each year there's a little bit of a favorite, and we go through that, and it takes the 20 minutes we used while we were waiting for those last 2 kids. So we can't do that this year. What I will suggest you do, and this is a little exercise you can do later on. If you see somebody nearby you and you think you've read a really good book and you don't know if they've read it, tell them what the book is. And maybe they will want to read that book. And maybe they'll tell you what book you want to read, and then you will have had a couple of different books you can read. So you can share that information amongst yourselves. We'll call it the book club. How about that? All right. So, how many people have been to the summer reading program before? This summer reading program. How many people have been here twice before? How many people have been here 3 times before? How many people have been here more than 3 times before? Whoa! That is great. How many? About 10? How old are you?
8.
Yeah, you've been here 10 times. I could be wrong. Let me do some math here.
-2.
8 years, 10 times. No,
-2.
a lot of times though, right? So it's really good that you come back, because that means you're really doing a lot of good stuff in the summer. We are about to go to a different part of the program. We ready for that? And we are about to go to a different part of the program, which is going to actually be entertaining rather than boring, like me. So every single year, we try to find somebody to offer something special for you. And this year, we were very lucky to get the Paper Heart Puppet people and Brad Short to give you a little entertainment. Are we ready for the entertainment?
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready? What do I have to do? Hey, hold on a second.
Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing today? Good. I love to hear that. Now, I want to just thank you so much for that lovely introduction. Can we give a big round of applause? I love it, and I got to hear a little bit about what library you all go to and some great hobbies, but I'm wondering if anyone here has ever been to a puppet show before. Ooh, that's a lot of
My
us.
friend did a puppet show in my room.
Oh, I love that. Well, I'm wondering if anyone can raise a hand if you've got an idea of how to be a great audience member at a puppet show. What's something we should do with our voices to be a fabulous audience member? What about my friend right here? What do you think? Yeah, what can you do with your voice to be a great audience member for a puppet show? You can laugh when something's funny. Can I hear you all laugh? Not bad. Some very interesting laughs here. But of course, when the show's going on, what can we do so that everybody can hear? What do you think?
Quiet.
We should be nice and quiet so everyone can hear. What can we do with our bodies to be a great audience member? Let's see. What do you think?
Sit down.
We should stay seated on our bottoms. Crisscross applesauce is great, but not required, so that everybody can see the puppet show. And we've got a third rule.
Another one. I get 2.
There's something we should all do to be a great audience member. This one I'm not going to make you guess it, because it's pretty important. Have fun. Do you think you can all do that?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, listen, when they told me that this was a celebration of all the reading you did, I thought about how amazing books are. It's a thing you can pick up and hold in your hand, and that just gives you so much joy, so much learning. It's just such a wonderful thing. And I thought, is there anything like a book? Is there anything you can pick up and be exposed to all the wonders of the world and learn so much and get so much joy? And I thought, there is one other thing. There's only one other thing quite like a book in that way.
Video games?
No, not video games. What do you think? A puppet? No, not a puppet, not video games. What do you think?
A Kindle.
A Kindle? One more? What do you think?
A light.
A light? No. There's only one other thing that you can pick up and open up, and it gives you such joy and such wonder, and that is a taco. Now, I wanted to share you one of the stories of a friend of mine. My friend is an animal from the country of Mexico, and he is a coati. Have any of you ever met a coati before? Coatis have a long white snout with a black nose. They've got a long stripy tail, and this one in particular happens to love tacos. Now, in this story that I'm going to share today, Coati wants to teach his friend Axolotl how to make the perfect taco. Now, I'll bet we'll catch Coati out getting ready to make some tacos if we look very carefully and we listen very quietly. We'll see Coati getting ready to make some tacos.
Embarrassing. But you got here just in time. I'm gonna teach my good friend Axolotl how to make the perfect taco. She should have been here already though. Axolotl! Axolotl? Axolotl!
Oh, hi.
Axolotl, you're supposed to be down here. We're gonna make tacos.
Oh, right.
Anyway, Axolotl is gonna be here any minute. Axolotl.
Oh, hi.
Axolotl, come down here.
Oh, right.
Now, we're going.
Sorry.
Axolotl, come with me. Now you wait right there. Hold this.
Let's go.
All right. To make tacos, you begin with masa.
Masa.
Yes, masa, a very special corn flour, where the corn is mixed with an alkaline solution to create the perfect base for tacos. You mix the masa, corn flour, with water to make a dough like this.
Dough.
Then you take it out. Bowl, please.
Right.
And you knead it very gently, like this. Kneading, masa, must be gentle when you squeeze. All right, you try.
Right.
gently. Kneading, massa, please. Must be gentle when you squeeze. Now you try. All right. Gently. Very good. Okay. I think it's time for us to flatten it. Now, the only way to flatten a tortilla is to use a specialized tortilla press, just like this. You take a little bit of the dough and you put it into the tortilla press and then... You do not make tortillas with a rolling pin. Ahem. Now, it is very important when you put the masa into there, all you have to do is take a little bit at a time because you do not want your tacos to be too big. You want a tiny little tortilla so that you... What is that? It's a tortilla. Let's move on to the most important part of a taco, the fillings. I have chosen some classic taco fillings. Some tomato, some cilantro, ooh, yes, and a little bit of diced onions. Right, I've got some taco fillings too. Some crunchy peanut butter, some jelly beans, and American cheese individually wrapped slices. Wonder why he got so mad. Well, all right, let's see. We've got our tortilla, la la la, and a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of jelly beans, ooh, and a little bit of American cheese. Yeah, a perfect taco.
Oh no.
I've never let a taco get the better of me.
Eat him. Eat him.
You think I should?
Eat it. Throw your tortilla at us.
Woody, thank you so much. Oh, you saved me.
Don't use your pants at me.
All right. Maybe I shouldn't have left you alone with such a bad taco. But maybe next time you can listen when I give you the directions, and maybe I'll be a little more open-minded. What do you want to try next? Let's make tamales. Oh, yeah. I'll show you. First, you need some corn flour and some husks. I hope next time it might go a little bit better for them. Thank you all so much for being such a great audience. Now, I think we've got some special awards for some of the folks out here. Thanks, everybody.
I got a little hungry listening to that. How about you? I have never, ever had a peanut butter and jelly bean taco. Have you? I will not be able to say that tomorrow. Because when I go home tonight, I'm going to try a peanut butter and jelly bean taco. I can't eat that individually wrapped cheese. Because I never can get the plastic off. So, that was great. Thank you so much, Brad. That was terrific. Did everybody really enjoy that? Have another round for Brad. Before we get to the main event, which is you telling me nice things about me. No, that's not the main event. You're the main event. I want to just thank a few other people. So this is a very special time, and a lot of people contribute to it. First of all, I want to thank my entire staff. They're here, and not just my entire staff now. People who no longer work for me. People who came into my office one day and said, I quit it. They came back to help us in the reading program. So especially Laura, who started the whole show. Let's have a round of applause for Laura and the entire staff. And later on, when we take our individual portraits,
I'm scared of the monsters.
when we take our individual pictures, we're going to have Carl Sipperly to thank for taking the movies. Let's have a round of applause for a videographer. All the way down from Albany, New York. Who's ever been to Albany?
I went there a few weeks.
Albany, the second capital of New York State. Second only to where? That's right, Kingston, #1. Let's have a round of applause for Sean Russell. I have to tell you a little something that you're going to find out very quickly. When we're doing our pictures, you know who's in charge? No, Sean. The photographer tells us what to do, and we do what he says. Is everybody good with that? Okay, so if he says stand straight and tall, we stand straight and tall. If he says move a little bit to the left, and he'll say, no, I meant your other left. Right? And then that's what we do, right? Yeah, no, I have two lefts. Yes. So those are some folks who are helping us. Let's tell you what happens with the videos, because that's very important. Usually what we try to do is we try to get them on the cable access channels, but you know, so many people don't even have cable anymore. They have all different kinds of ways to watching television, but there are cable access channels all around. There's a cable access channel in Red Hook, and there's a cable access channel that serves Kingston, and there's one that serves New Paltz, and there's one that serves Woodstock, and we're going to have it there, but we're also going to have it on YouTube, so you can find yourself on YouTube. You're going to see the video on YouTube, and we're going to tell you how to do that later on. When we send you a picture, we're going to tell you how to find, what did you say? When we send you a picture? That's right, we're going to take your picture. When you get your award, we're going to take your picture and we're going to send it to you. We're going to send it to you in the mail, and you're going to get your picture and you're going to put it on your fridge, and you're going to say, who's that good looking guy I'm standing next to? I'll say, oh no, not him. Not that funny guy. I just wish it was the puppet guy. So, That's what we're going to do. We're going to take some pictures. We're going to give you each an award, and I would like you to do me a favor. Every single person here deserves really a lot of applause, but we're not going to have time for that. What we do need you to do is when we're taking one person's picture, when we're giving one person's award, let's pay attention and give them a little respect, okay? And then when it's your turn, they're going to do the same for you. Is everybody up with that? Good? Good? Yeah? Good? Okay, great. So, what else? I want to thank the people who helped us put together. Oh, did I mention you're getting a goodie bag? Yeah, you're getting a goodie bag. Yeah, there's like a real life goodie bag. It has, are you ready for this? This is something new this year. Every goodie bag has a 2019 Tesla S in it. Right, Cora? No, it does not have a car in the goodie bag. But it does have a lot of other stuff. It has something from our good friends at Woodstock Chimes, the Kavistad family. It has something from our good friends at Stewart Shops, from ShopRite, from Hannaford, from the Mohawk Preserve, from the Hudson River Maritime Museum, from the Hudson River Maritime Museum, from the Davenport Farms, from Barnes & Noble, from the Little Gym, from Target, from Felder's Farm, from Mid-Hudson Federal Credit, Rhinebeck Aerodrome, Keith Bennett's Karate Academy, Adams Fairacre Farms, WDST, Catskill Mountain Railroad, Central Hudson, Rhinebeck Bank, and Ride the Rails in Phoenicia. Can we have a round of applause for all the great people in our community? So, we thanked all the important people, haven't we? Who else should we be thanking? Well, no, don't thank me. No, here's the deal. Here's the deal. We get together once a year, and we do this summer reading program once a year, but all summer, somebody has to give you access to books. Somebody has to say it's okay to play. Somebody has to be the one who encourages you. Somebody has to be the one who encourages you and makes it so you feel like you have that special time. And of course, I'm talking about me. No, I'm not. I'm talking about your parents and your aunts and your uncles and your older brothers and sisters and all those good people. Let's have a really loud round of applause. And your grandparents. And sometimes your great-grandparents. And sometimes your great-great-great-grandparents. And sometimes your next-door neighbor. All those people. They are the reason that you do this. And one other group that also helps you do this, we already talked about the librarians and all your great libraries. We already talked about your family and your neighbors who help you do this. But there's one other group of people who help you know how to read, to understand what you're reading, and to make you love reading. That's right, your teachers. How about a round for your teachers? If I get a chance, and I won't, I am going to call each one of your teachers and tell them how proud you are of them and how thankful you are. And I guarantee you that if I get a chance, and I won't, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I said I won't. That's right. So, is everybody ready to get their awards? So I didn't tell you one more thing. I told you about the goodie bag. I told you about the video. I told you about the picture. Right? We saw the great puppet show. Right? What I didn't tell you is that after we're done, we also have snacks in the back. I refuse to send a group of 50 kids home with their parents and grandparents unless they're filled with sugar. And in addition to that, guess what else we have? Do you remember I said I was going to mention that person Stephanie again?
Yeah.
Well, guess what Stephanie did? Stephanie and I got together and we went out and we bought a brand new book for each one of you. And on your way out, you can pick up that book on the way out the door and you can take it to be your first book that you read for the rest of your life. How about that? Okay, so here's the way we're going to do this. Here's the way we're going to do this. Sean's going to come up here. And Laura is going to call the names, and you're going to go to Laura and get your certificate. You're going to come over here, and you're going to hold your certificate right in front of you very nicely, because this is going to be your first yearbook picture, right? So hold it very nicely in front of you, and there's a reason we need you to do that. Would you like to know a little trade secret? I do not remember names and faces when there's 50 of you. But if you have it in front of you, and when we get the pictures back, we know who to send the picture to. If you don't do it, you might wind up having to put a picture of somebody else on your refrigerator. So make sure we do it right, okay? Let her rip.
Let her rip. Yeltsin Aragon.
And for you, Mrs. Day. Come right over.
Delilah Burke. And Kieran Burke. I will hold your sweater.
Next.
Troy, can I hold your sweater?
Know what that's called, Delilah? In accounting, we call it LIFO. You know what that means? Last in, first out.
Emily Butterford.
Come on over here, buddy. Can you grow my neck so I can just watch out?
Brody Columbia.
Okay, help me out. Wait, help me out. Push the button.
Okay, now we're going to do a small shot.
Come on over, guys. Right over here. Right over here. All right, thank you. Next.
Edward Cheever.
What's your name? Aaron. Aaron. It says Emily. Your name is not Aaron. Did you know that? Oh, good. Move there. Ready? Little lower. Excellent. Congratulations. Brody. What's up, Brody? Wait, one more thing. He's going to take our picture. I want you to say, come in over. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. This is Edward. Come on over, man. Do not hide that dinosaur. That's not very good. Anthony, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for being the right height.
I got 3 guys. Daniela, Ariana, and Carmela.
Wait here so you can get a picture with your sister.
What's your name? Gracie.
You got to tell me.
Come on over, Gracie. You know, I can prove that I'm older than everybody in this room. I used to watch a TV show where one of the characters' names was Gracie. Nobody else around here remembers that show. George and Gracie Allen. Come on over here. Ready? Can I just tell you, you are being very, very good. Thank you. You're being great. Carmela, come on over. Carmela, let's pretend this slide. There it is.
Do you guys remember my callback?
All right, now Carmela,
1, 2, 3. Eyes on.
wait over here. I'm going to get your
Eyes on you. Yeah, we're going to do it. Good job.
Ariana, come on over.
So I'm going to do that as a reminder that we got to listen.
Great. And who else?
Danica.
Daniela, now you are all related? That's awesome. Daniela, let's hold it down a little bit. Just a little bit. How about right there? Okay, come back, girls. We're gonna do a group shot. Ready? Okay. I want you to know that two of you really, really like the other one. Now you have to guess which one that is. Ready? On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Guess. Congratulations.
Ready, go. This is Isaac.
Hey, Isaac. You've been here before, haven't you? Yeah.
Liam, you're next. We're Jordan.
Good job, buddy. I see that. Yeah. All right, ready.
You're making that funny.
Either. I don't know your favorite book either. Next.
It is called the transfer. There you go.
Sunshine on my...
Are you next? Eddie and Edwin Flores. Who's that?
Congratulations.
Here, can you stay?
You're Liam, aren't you? Liam, thank you because I missed Scarlett. Liam, here's your business. Come get a picture with your sister. Come on over. Let's see those teeth again, Liam. All right, congratulations. Oh, it's your queen. Now I get it. Come on over, buddy. Congratulations. Can I just tell you, you're being very well behaved. And so are you. And is a repeat customer. You are Aurora. You are your sister's sister. Who's older? Who's smarter? Congratulations. Step over here, Jonathan. Right over here. Over here. A little more. A little more. Jonathan! Oh, okay. Congratulations. Your name is Aaron. Hello, man. Wait right here while you get your sister. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, Rio.
Good, thanks. Garrett, come on over. Garrett, don't look down. Your shoes are bright orange. Bigger still. Abigail. 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 Next. Sabine?
Let's go Mars. I feel like it's chocolate. Lexi Mars.
Next. Who's this?
Miles.
Miles. Miles. Hey, Miles. Big smile. You know, if we add an S to Miles, you know what? Miles. Yeah. Sadie. Call your brother Miles. Don't come over. Come on over, Miles. I have to check. When you're getting your picture taken, are we getting the best smile that you have? You want the best smile that you have? So put the best smile in your pocket, take it out, put it on your face right now, okay? Lexi, come on over.
Guys, remember? 1, 2, 3. I got me. 1, 2. I got you. That's my little reminder that we gotta quiet down. Okay.
Thank you, Lexi. Henry, come on over.
Miss Maddie.
Right up. There we go.
Guys, I know it's really hard once you get the service to stay still. Try your best.
So we're going to stop for 1 minute, 30 seconds, 22 and a half seconds, and we're going to give the first half of the readers a big round of applause. Let's do this. Because you are simply the best behaved ever Summer Reading Program Award winners. We're going to give you a round of applause. Let's go. Come on. I'm so sorry, but we ran out of time and nobody else can get an award. All right, we'll stay. All right, we'll stay.
I'll go snack. This is all for me.
Come on over. Don't know this guy.
1, 2, 3. Eyes on me.
Don't know this guy.
1, 2. Eyes on me. You're so good at
Right here, Riley.
it.
Thank you, Riley.
Skylar and Zayden.
Now right this way, Riley. Wait, do another one.
It's not, it wasn't hard, he was here, just double checking. Thank you.
You are Zebra? Is that how you say it?
Read upside down. Read upside down. Elliot. What's my name? Now they're on Okay, that's me. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. 1, 2, 3, eyes on you. Good job, guys.
Elliot. Come on over. Hold on to that. Hold your certificate up in front of you. That's it. Elliot.
Destiny, Sue, and Maya.
You know, that's my favorite line from one of my favorite movies. Elliot. You know what movie that is? E.T. What? Worldwide. That's right. This is going on the World Wide Web. Hold your certificate up, Nicholas. Hold on, I think his certificate was crooked.
Nobody can touch it.
Got it?
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Come on over, Parker. How are you? What'd you read this year? Harry Potter. Come back in here. Let's get the two of you together. Hold it down a little bit. Drew. Come on over, Drew. Destiny. We're only going to fix it, Destiny. Can you go fix it? We have another one. One more. The big sister's a good example. This is for you. Did we spell your name right? Maya? Come back in. We're going to do this again after we're done. We're going to make a new certificate. Guys, can you give these students because they're right in front of undershowed speed. Come on over. Alexander. You really need to make a Harvard story on TV 50 years before you were born. Good job. I want to see that t-shirt. That's very cool. Snowboarding on the moon. Troy. They named the great city after you. You know, I went to the ancient city of Turkey, and they had a big Trojan horse. And they said, here's the story of the Trojan horse. And they tell you this whole historical story about the battle of the Trojan horse. Then when you come out of the Trojan horse, we just made that up. Instead of the whole It's tricky. Here we go. Ready? On the count of 3. A little bit lower. Good to see you. Nicholas. One more. A little lower. Good job. Is that your brother? Is your big brother? All right, now you can wait for your brother over there. And we're going to finish. Hi, Jonah. How are you? Ella, come on over, Ella. How are you? Favorite book? Magic Treehouse. Jackson, you been here before? Your first time ever? Coming back here? Don't you want to see who's getting a certificate next? The mystery is just killing me. Cadence, how are you? Look that up a little bit. Just right back there. What, Jacob? Good thing you came in last. Jacob, are you smiling? Let's get here Good job. Now,
Readers, you didn't answer before.
can everybody please rise? Oh, one more? Hold on. 1 minute. You can please stand. Ready up Now, all rise. No, I mean higher than that, like off the ground. Can't you levitate? So now I need you to come up here, everybody. Face me. Everybody face me. Everybody face me. Make sure, because Sean wants to get a good shot of you. Ready? Everybody give us a big smile while Sean takes our picture. No, face me. Face me. Everybody, big smile. Look, face me. Face me. Big smile. Big smile. Look right at me. Those of you who are looking to the side, turn a little bit more toward me. All right, Sean, you ready? How's it looking?
Oh, it's looking great. I can see
You have everybody's big smile? Oh, wait. I think I made a mistake. You have to turn around.
I was actually like, I can't.
Yeah, it was like crazy. Okay, wait a second. Here's what we're going to do. Before we take this picture, we're going to do a little organization. Who is the tallest person? The tall people in the back, the medium people in the middle, and the people who are soon to be tall in the front. Stay right there. We need this little guy right here. Come on over here. Come on over. This is much better. Right? Let's come up a little bit. Isn't this better? Okay, Sean.
Hey, in the back there. You want to come up here now? Can't see you back there.
Come on up, buddy. All the way up. Come on up.
Come on up.
Come on up.
A little bit more.
Okay, you ready? Sean, get my good side. You ready?
I gotta teach him.
Turn around, other way.
Oh.
Turn around.
Do you want me to get in the middle? All right, everybody, let's try to make sure that you can see the camera. If you can't see the camera can't see you. So maybe try to find like a window. Yeah, see, you got it. Kind of sneak around so you can see the camera. Right here, maybe.
All right, you ready?
All right, everyone ready? Make sure that you can see the camera. Make sure you're kind of sneaking around someone's head. There you go. Everyone right here, nice smiles. Take a couple. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Do a couple more, everyone. Keep looking.
Which one? You got it? So, before Sean puts his camera away, let's do our funny face picture, okay?
Let's do a funny one.
Ready? Let me see your funny faces.
Let's see those funny faces.
More funny.
There's a prize for the funniest face. The prize is it stays that way. You ready? All right, Sean, you ready? Here it goes.
Funniest faces. Let's see them. Is that your funniest face?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our award winners. I do want to really.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. 1, 2,
You know what? You know how really cool it is to have somebody who worked a lot of years at the Boys and Girls Club work for me? Because she knows how to get these kids lined up. I really want to thank you so much because kids can't always participate, and oftentimes they can't participate because they're not encouraged and they don't have a chance. And you all do that, and that's the most important part. So really, we thank you so much, and we're glad we could do this recognition. Aren't these kids great? Can we have a round for them?
A lot of